Hello everyone, today is 19th of November. My name is Sahil and welcome to the newspaper analysis. Friends, today into the GS folder we will be taking a quote from the Martin Luther King Jr. who ignited the civil right activism into the US. Guys, he says, true peace is not merely the absence of tension, it is the presence of justice. So guys, just the reduction into the violence or reduction into the meltdown is not only the justice. You need to build the capacities of the people. Need to build the capabilities of the people where they are living a kind of a fullest life. Justice means to give a person his due, and the due will only be given when the equality, when the enabling conditions of life will be restored, and only then a true peace can be restored. Guys, this particular idea we can utilize in our GS paper number 2, in our GS paper number 4, as well as into the essay topics. So guys, that's it, and now let's check the newspaper analysis. Now guys, first of all, let's take the overview of the articles that we are taking up today. Guys, this is the first page of the Hindu newspaper, and the first news pertains that the army is building the weather habitats for the troops into the Ladakh. Now guys, we are seeing that for so many days the confrontation with the China is going on, so there will be an extended stay of the large number of troops, so therefore these accommodations are being built. However guys, you need not to see that what will be the facilities and all such kind of things, because not actually important for our UPSC exam. Then guys, this particular article pertains to the success of the vaccine Pfizer. So guys, into this particular direction, some of the things we'll be seeing it. Then guys, here there's a small article which is talking about the NPR. So the NPR issue, we will be see that what it is all about. However guys, the other pages, other news here, it is not important for our exam. Then guys, moving forward into the city page also, the regional news is there, which is not actually very much relevant. Guys, now we come to the editorial page. Now this particular editorial, it is talking about the new challenges which might come with the US. However guys, as I have told you that this is all speculation, so until the Joe Biden is not assuming the office, we don't need to see these things. However, after that we will see that what actually is coming. Then guys, this particular article, it is talking about the reinvention of the cities. So good article for urbanization. We'll be seeing this entire article. Then guys, this particular article, it is just outrightly criticizing the Supreme Court, because the Supreme Court has given the respite to the Arnab Goswami but not to the other people, and this is a selective justice which is being made, and the BJP government is also having the propaganda and all such kind of things, not important for our exam. Then guys, moving to the next page, this particular article is talking about the governance which is now needed with respect to the fiscal stimulus. We'll be seeing this particular article. However guys, the Somitra's world, not important for our exam. Then guys, next page, here nothing very much important with respect to the question exam is there. The NPR is mentioned, however we'll be discussing it already. Then guys, moving forward, here we can see that again nothing important with respect to the exam has been there. Then guys, here we can see that the finance panel on PPP has been mentioned. We'll see what is all about. Then guys, ICMR has warned again the indiscriminate use of plasma therapy. This also we will be seeing it. Then guys, a certain criticism with respect to the MGNREGA has been given. We'll see this thing. Then guys, moving forward, showcase page, not important for our exam. Then guys, we come to the world page. Into the world page also, the same US and such kind of things are going on. Then guys, onto the we are onto the business page, and onto the business page nothing very important is there. However, it has been said here that the PLI scheme needs to be extended to the laptop sector, because there are large number of laptop sales. However guys, extensively PLI we had discussed earlier. Then guys, moving forward, these are the sports page. So guys, this is all about the today's newspaper, and now let's discuss the articles into the detail. Now guys, this particular news pertains to the Pfizer vaccine, which is now onto the stage of culmination and will soon be rolled out to the public. Now guys, as the vaccine is onto the stage of finalization, so some of the contenders which are into the race, we need to keep an idea about them. Now guys, first of all, Pfizer earlier they announced their result and said that the 90% of the efficacy has been observed, but now they are saying that 95% of the success rate is there, as the test which has been done onto the 43,000 volunteers. Out of them, these findings have been identified. Moreover guys, it has also been said that the Pfizer vaccine, it is also effective across all the ages, all the groups and all the ethnicities. Now, guys, Pfizer, it is an American MNC where and it has partnered with BioNTech, which is a German pharmaceutical firm. Now, guys, Pfizer had applied for the emergency approval with the US FDA, that is the Food and Drug Administration, so that this particular vaccine can be given to the public. And it has been said that by the end of the December, the deliveries might be started, otherwise into the early of 2021, the vaccine will be rolled out to the general public. Now, guys, the side effects have also been observed into this particular vaccine, but these side effects are very mild, and the fatigue is the most common kind of side effect which has been observed. Now, guys, just yesterday we had also discussed that apart from Pfizer, the Moderna had also declared their vaccine to be effective, and 94.5% success rate was declared into the Moderna. Now, guys, the Moderna as well as Pfizer both are based onto the mRNA platform, that is the messenger RNA platform, and they are different from the other vaccines which are now being made, that is the vaccines by the Bharat Biotech, vaccine by the Oxford, that is the Chedox one, because all of those, they are based onto the principle of the immunogenicity, where actually a weak version of the SARS-CoV-2 virus is injected into the person's body and it tips the immune system, whereas these mRNA platforms, they don't actually inject the virus, so therefore they are more safer than the other kind of vaccines. However, guys, I will not be discussing now mRNA platform because already we had discussed this particular attachment into the 11th of November newspaper analysis. However, guys, as we are talking about Pfizer, there is one very big problem of the Pfizer also, which we already earlier discussed, that the vaccine needs to be stored at minus 70 degrees Celsius, and therefore such cold storage is not very much possible into the India, and therefore the logistic problems are there. However, into this particular respect, the Moderna vaccine is much more better because such extreme temperatures are not there on which vaccine is to be stored. However, guys, into the times to come, we need to see that which particular vaccine comes first and which is actually being used into the India. However, guys, for India, the most prominent prospects are of three vaccines that it will be rolled to the people. Number one, it is the vaccine which is being made by the Serum Institute, and for it the Serum Institute has partnered with the AstraZeneca, and the vaccine is the outcome of the Oxford University's trial. The second is the Bharat Biotech, and Bharat Biotech is also making the vaccine. Then, guys, the third one is the Sputnik vaccine, which has been already developed into the Russia, and for this the trials have now been started into the Uttar Pradesh. So, guys, these are the three most prospective candidates for the India. So, guys, as the time will be passing, we'll see that what more developments into this particular directions will be coming. So that's it, and now let's move to the next article. Now, guys, this particular article pertains to the NPR, which has been mentioned today into the Hindu newspaper. Now, guys, first of all, what has happened? We know that every 10 year the census is conducted. The first census was conducted in 1881, and the last census was conducted in 2011. And now in 2021, the census was to be released. Now, guys, this 2021 census, the exercise for it was to be started in 2020 and was to be culminated by the September 2020, but actually no exercise started because of the lockdown which was imposed, and indefinitely the census was postponed. Now the questions are being asked whether the 2021 census exercise will be started anytime soon. However, guys, the expected date for the starting of the census has not been given, but it has been revealed that the government is actively preparing the questionnaire for the NPR, that is the National Population Register. Now, guys, if you are following the news, you might have heard that when the CAA protests were going on, at that point of time, the NRC for the entire country was being proposed, NPR was being proposed. However, after that particular thing, these things were not that much into the news. Now, guys, again the NPR has come, so we will be discussing that what is this NPR and what is this all issue all about. Now, guys, talking about the NPR stands for the National Population Register, and it is prepared by the Registrar General of India, also called as the Registrar General and Census Commissioner of India, and it works under the Home Ministry. Now, guys, NPR is nothing but it is a kind of a list of all the usual residents of a country. Now, who are the usual residents? There are two conditions. Number one, into the last 6 months they have stayed into India, and for the next 6 months also they are intending to staying into India. So it is just a kind of a list of our citizens. Now guys, the Citizenship Act 1955 provides the creation of an NPR. Basically, when the Citizenship Act 1955 was made, after that certain amendments have been carried, and on to the respective time different rules have been made. So guys, within the Citizenship Act 1955, Citizenship Rule 2003 actually provide for the creation of such kind of NPR register. Now guys, NPR for the first time was created in 2010 when the 2011 census data was being collected, and after that it was again updated in 2015. And now it has been said that the 2021 census, as it will be going on, along with it the information for the national population register will also be collected. Now, guys, there have been speculations into the past that onto the basis of the NPR, the government will be creating the NRC, that is the National Register of Citizens. Now, NRC has actually been seen into the bad light, because onto the basis of the NRC, the citizens have to be deported from the Assam who are not the legitimate citizens. Now, guys, it has been said that when NRC for the entire country will be created, then also there will be certain people who will not be able to prove their citizenship. They will be sent back, or they will be deported out of the country. And into this particular direction, there is a speculation that the NRC onto the entire country level, whenever it will be culminated, it will be targeting the minority communities, and therefore it is the government's attempt to create a kind of a one religion nation. However, guys, we actually don't know whether how much truth is there into this particular speculation, because government had not said anything conclusively onto this particular ground. However, guys, now the NPR is about to be finalized, because the questions which will be asked, they are being prepared. Guys, with respect to the NPR, please keep it in mind, it will not be created for the state of Assam, because already for the Assam NRC has been prepared. So guys, that's all about this particular article, and now we'll be moving to the next article. Now, guys, this particular article, it is talking about the planned urbanization, and therefore important for our GS paper number 1 under the topic of urbanization. Now, guys, what happened? The Prime Minister had recently make an address onto the Bloomberg's New Economy Forum, and there he had talked about the sustainable urbanization. He had said that actually there is a need in India that the urban planning needs to be reimagined, and the reimagined cities should be based on twin pillars, that is onto the safety and the health. Because guys, into the as the pandemic had unfolded, the city's vulnerability has been exposed. For example, into the top 10 global cities, 15% of the case load has been observed. You can see that how the cities are not providing the space where the social distancing can be practiced, where the hygiene can be maintained, and all such kind of thing. Even in India, if we see, then the metropolitan cities such as Delhi, Mumbai, Hyderabad, Bengaluru, they are actually having the much case load, and particularly Delhi and Mumbai are the two prime examples. And guys, the big cities had actually spiked the virus into the small cities. So therefore, now a kind of a reset moment is there, where we need to again plan our urban settings. And into this particular direction, guys, the efforts are needed to be made at the scale of post World War II reconstruction which happened. So guys, the Marshall Plan which was carried onto that particular scale, now the reconstruction is again to be carried. And particularly as we are talking about the urban redevelopment, there is a need to have an affordable housing, which is the most important component. And in India, the affordable housing is actually the weakest link. And guys, even the affordable housing, though government is not able to provide, guys, even the rental housing is not very much developed. If we take, then guys, into the Mumbai, only 5% of rental housing has been created into the new residential construction, that is the construction which has taken after 1961. So guys, the livable housings need not are not there. Into this particular direction, actually centers affordable rental housing complex scheme, which government announced as the part of the Atmanirbhar Bharat Abhiyan, holds the much prospects, but actually government has also not came out with any kind of rules, or had actually not taken any kind of effort. And guys, like most of the government's fancy scheme, it is also right now staying onto the paper. So it is a high time that government should focus on it and should make it roll down. Then guys, it has been also said that these are actually the projects which are needed to be carried rather than the super expensive showpiece projects that government is taking into the form of the smart city. Guys, you might be knowing that under the smart city project, 100 smart cities are being developed onto as the model town, but before that you need to go here. Now guys, it has been said that now it is even more important that not only the livable spaces are needed to be made, affordable housing is needed to be made, but onto the pan city level we need to enforce the stringent air quality standards, sewage standards, water quality norms. Because guys, first of all, if you see under the article number 21, right to life has been given, and directly these three things are the corollary to right to life. Moreover guys, whenever we talk about the sustainable living, the ease of living is being talked about, and ease of living is only characterized by the quality of life that the people are having into the cities. So therefore guys, all these angles must now be practiced, and now a reset moment is there. So guys, this is all about this particular thing. Moreover guys, if you are following our newspaper analysis regularly, you might also be having some more content into this particular direction. For example guys, we can see that just a few days back we had seen that how the geo information system or the GIS can be used for the urban planning for the preparation of the master plans. We had earlier also seen that how the data driven solutions for the cities can be there. Then guys, when the flooding was there into the Gurugram, then also we had seen that the how flooding needs to be prevented, and into that particular direction the sponge city concept also we had already seen. So guys, I hope that all these things you are making an active note or a collection, and if a question comes you will be using these particular points, because these are only the things which will be making your answer stand apart from the crowd. See, keep this one thing into your mind, that writing up answer onto the urbanization is not a problem, anybody can write it, but what content is there, what unique points are there within the answer, that will actually be bringing the difference. So guys, that's all about this particular article, and now we'll be moving to the next article. Now, guys, this particular article talks about the need for maximum government, or how government's strategy needs to be changed. Now, guys, into the present times, see, we had seen that the much miseries have came due to the lockdown, and as the lockdown came, government started to unroll the fiscal packages. And these fiscal packages were announced, such as the Atmanirbhar Bharat 1.0, 2.0, 3.0. Guys, the article is suggesting that the approach which government is using here into these packages, it is flawed. Why? See, government's approach is basically based on two pillars. Number one, credit guarantee, that is, the banks should give the loan to the people, to the MSMEs, the consumer loan, and government will be giving a guarantee that those loans will not go bad. Then the next effort is by the RBI, where the liquidity easing is being made, more money is being pumped into the economy. However, guys, it has been said that these things are not a right approach, because what you are doing, government is having an attitude that relief will be given if you do this, relief will be given if you do that. So basically, government is persuading the private sector, the households, that they themselves should bring the growth back. But this is not the way. Government needs to be an active player into this particular direction. Guys, I will explain this thing by the help of an example. Now, what has happened? We had seen that the corporate investment is very much low, and government is giving the incentive to the corporate that please take the loan are very cheap, and by that enhance your capacity, involve into hiring more people, buy more raw material, enhance your factory size. So basically this is the government approach. But you see logically why corporate investment is low, because guys, there are no sales, and as there is no sale, factories are thinking that already we are running below the capacity. Suppose earlier 100 units was the capacity, now only the 80 are being consumed. So already the 20 excess capacity is there. So just tell me that why, just because the cheap loans are being provided, the corporate will be taking up the loan and will be increasing the private investment, when already the capacity is not being utilized. So they will not be taking the loan. Whatever guarantee you provide, it is not going to be successful. Moreover, guys, it has been said that the consumers are also being provided various types of loans, LTC, all these kind of things are provided, so that they also go and consume. But tell me that whether the consumer will be consuming if he is not having any job certainty, because at the end of the day, whatever loan he take, he also need to pay back the EMIs. So guys, now the need is that you need to focus on providing the job certainty, the job security, create more jobs. If even you want that the consumer should take a loan and should raise the demand. Now guys, even just let's assume that even the corporate is ready to take the loan, consumer is also ready to take the loan, though they will not be, but still assume that, then guys, the banks are also right now having the bad loan issue. Into the past few years, their NPAs have been so bad that the banks themselves will be very much apprehensive. So government's approach which it is taking is not right. Therefore the way forward has also been provided. Number one, government needs to suspend the FRBM target and need to borrow heavily. At least 10 lakh crore rupees needed to be borrowed, and they are needed to be injected into the various initiatives by both the state and center. What type of initiatives? First of all, provide the free ration to the people, provide free essentials such as the soap, oil, all these kind of things, so that people have a kind of an excess money, and that excess money they can use to raise the demand for other things such as the automobiles, electronic items, and all such kind of thing. After that, guys, also provide the cash transfer to the public so that their disposable income increases and they give a kind of a demand to the corporate. After that, guys, urban employment guarantee scheme is also needed onto the lines of the MGNREGA, because even after seeing the rise into the urban poverty level, no such initiative has been taken. Then guys, it has been said that right now we are seeing a kind of a pandemic, and therefore it is also a very good reason that government should invest into the public funded health sector. So by this particular thing, the capital expenditure can be carried. And then guys, there is the need to carry the green deal. Green deal means that investing into those kind of initiatives which are environmentally sustainable and which also have the prospects to bring growth. And now around the world, all the countries are focusing onto these green deals, so government also needs to carry a kind of an attention here. So guys, this needs to be the thing rather than just providing the credit and loan. So guys, comprehensively a very good dimension has been provided into this particular article. So that's it, and now we'll be going to the next article. Now, guys, this particular article can be used as a reference point if you are doing the critical assessment of the MGNREGA. Now, guys, in our GS paper number 2, directly it has been said that you need to provide the analysis of the government scheme, the performance. Fine. So, guys, what had happened? The LibTech India, they have carried a survey onto the MGNREGA, and they had actually found that there was a very big flow into the MGNREGA scheme. By the way, guys, MGNREGA is the job guarantee scheme in which minimum 100 days of job is guaranteed to a person into the rural areas, and this job is given for the non-skilled kind of work. Now guys, it has been said that as MGNREGA is being carried, the payments are made indirectly into the bank account, and when the payments are being made into the bank account, there are much troubles which are being faced by the people. For example, guys, it has been said that a person needs to visit to the bank account. Often the banks are not there into the villages, so he had to go to the block or to the nearby district. Many a times there are the repeated rejections in processing their money withdrawal application. Sometimes the cash is not there, sometimes their information is not authentic, or such kind of issues. There are also the biometric errors, because guys, you know that when these people are giving their thumb impressions by doing so much of hard work, there are cuts into their hands and all such kind of thing. So there are these errors. Fine. So therefore what has happened, the actual benefit is not coming. Guys, here a kind of a real life analysis has been done. It is said that a laborer into the Jharkhand earns nearly 1026 rupees after working for entire week, and then if he had to go to the bank, then guys, the cost of trip on to the whatever day he will be going, or that day's wages will be lost. He might be eating some food also. So it is said that if only two trips are made, then guys, one third of the salary is lost into this particular effort only. Moreover, the social distancing as is has to be observed. Then the transports are also becoming very much problematic because of the social distancing norms, the fear of virus, all these kind of things. So it is now a suggestion that rather than giving the money into the bank, give money directly into their hands. So guys, this is one of the observation into this particular direction, and see, all often or earlier also such kind of things have been suggested. So guys, you can give the reference of the liptech and such kind of problem. So that's it. Now we'll be moving to the next article. Now guys, here we can see that one of the finance commission's recommendation has been given with respect to the health sector. Now, guys, as we have discussed a few days back that the Finance Commission had submitted the report to the president, but even till now the report has not been made public because the report has to be laid into the parliament. However, guys, the Finance Commission chairman NK Singh was making an address or to at the CII platform. There he made certain observations. So some of the recommendations will be seeing it. First of all, guys, the 15th Finance Commission has called for increasing the public health spending. Right now, guys, just 0.95% of GDP's spending is by the public into the health, and it needs to be enhanced to 2.5% of GDP by 2024. This is said by the 15th Finance Commission. Now, guys, if I give you some background, this is not the first time it is being suggested. Rather, the National Health Policy of 2017 also placed such an obligation, and now into the time of pandemic, it became even more important. Moreover, it has been said that a kind of a PPP structure into the health needs to be made, that is the public private partnership, where the public is focusing more into the primary healthcare at the level of panchayat and municipalities, and private is more investing into the specialty care needs. Then, guys, with respect to the human resource into the health, government also needs to pay much more focus. For example, the working condition of doctor needs to be improved. They need to be paid good salaries, remuneration, and as large number of doctors are being enrobed onto the ad hoc basis or the contract basis, that thing also needs to be improved, and a kind of a job security to the doctors needs to be provided. Moreover, guys, very good suggestion has been given that now it is high time that we should create an Indian medical service cadre onto the line of all other specialized services, and this particular thing was actually even proposed into the Civil Service Act of 1951. So, guys, a cadre of doctors also is needed. Moreover, guys, here some data has also been given as which state is spending the most onto the public citizens health, and into this particular direction the Delhi is the top performer, which spends 3808 rupees onto the healthcare, and the states such as the Bihar, West Bengal, and Uttar Pradesh, they are the least performers, where Bihar has spended the least amount of money, that is just 781 rupees. So, guys, this particular data also becomes many a times important when we are doing the comparison. So this is all about this particular article. Some very good observation points have been there. Please do keep them into your mind. So that's it. Now we'll be moving to the next article. Now, guys, this particular news item pertains to the plasma therapy, which has now become a buzzword into the treatment of the COVID-19. Now, guys, the plasma therapy, you might be knowing that into this, the blood plasma is taken from a person who had recovered from the COVID-19, and that blood plasma is infected to other person who is right now suffering. Now, the idea is such that as the person had recovered from the COVID-19, he might be having the antibodies, and as these antibodies will be transferred to another person's blood, these antibodies will there be helping him to fight with the COVID-19 virus. So therefore plasma therapy has become very much popular. And guys, whenever we are talking about plasma therapy, the placid trials also come there. Now, placid trials are the trials which are going and they are searching for the efficacy of the plasma therapy. Now, guys, the ICMR, that is the Indian Council of Medical Research, had just gave a kind of a warning that indiscriminately plasma therapy should not actually be utilized. Why? Because there are certain limitations which are needed to be clearly borne into our mind. Number one, guys, whenever the plasma is to be given, anybody's plasma is taken who had just faced the COVID-19. But it is not the case that everybody's plasma will be giving the protection, because there might be a possibility that the person who had recovered, he might have a very mild form of COVID-19, and therefore he might not be having the sufficient antibodies that it can help to the another person. Moreover, guys, it has also been said that the plasma is only effective if it is given to the person who is into the early stages of infection. And guys, for example, maximum of a 3 to 7 days if it is there from the onset of infection, then the the plasma therapy will be effective. However, what people do, people give the plasma at the last of the last resort, and then the plasma therapy is not effective. Moreover, guys, it has also been said that the recipient should not have developed the IgG antibodies. If it has not been developed, then the therapy of the plasma will be more effective. Now, guys, into this particular direction, these are certain of the key things which are needed to be kept, and thus indiscriminately using the plasma therapy is not the solution. Guys, with respect to our GS paper number 3, please keep all these things into your mind. So, guys, that's all about the today's newspaper discussion. I hope that you have understood these articles. Thank you so much.